All right, we back, y'all. So I'm gonna talk about the Nigerian Billionaire Boys Club, Black Nobility. Shout out Booker Gabriel. Let's get it.
To attain the height of a billionaire and be successful at a very young age. On this note, I will be showing you in today's video 11 young billionaires in Nigeria. Habi FX. Damilare Ogundare, popularly known as Habi FX, was born on the 18th of March 2001 and hails from Osun State in the southwestern part of Nigeria. He's a Nigerian entrepreneur and an author. Damilare is a philanthropist and has helped many youths achieve their goals. Aside from business, Damilare is a philanthropist who has helped many young people achieve their dream. Regardless of how much of an impact Damilare has had in assisting Nigerian youths in developing their knowledge of forex trading, he does not intend to stop there. Among other mind-blowing achievements which Damilare has, Damilare is known to have made his first 1 million naira at the age of 18. He's more passionate in impacting other people and have created a series of young millionaires over the years. He also wrote a book to show you how dedicated he is to succeeding. Damilare owns a well-furnished mansion at Osogbo, the capital of Osun State, and being a lover of luxurious cars, he has to his name several cars which include a
Today, I got a real doozy for you.
I ain't got time for you, my man.
demons. Watch this video as I'll be showing you 10 richest billionaires from the Yoruba tribe, properties they possess, their secret source of wealth, and their estimated net worth. Number 3 will shock you. Number 10, Akinwumi Ambode. Akinwumi Ambode
It's the Yoruba. Got the billions.
is a Nigerian politician who hails from Lagos State, Nigeria, worked as a civil servant as a financial consultant for 27 years, and later served as the governor of Lagos State from the period of 2015 to 2019 under the state's ruling party, the All Progressive Party, APC. The former Lagos State governor, who is considered one of the billionaires from the West, was born on the 14th of June 1963 into a family of 10 in the Ekpe area of Lagos State. Before becoming the governor of Lagos State, Ambode started his career with the Central Bank of Nigeria in Sokoto State as a corps member during his one-year mandatory National Youth Service Corps program. The Lagos State Waste Disposal Board, now known as LOMA, later employed him as an accountant on grade 11, and while pursuing his Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria exams, he was awarded a federal government scholarship to pursue a master's degree in accounting at the University of Lagos. Ambode ruled Lagos State for 4 years, and throughout this period, he garnered a fortune from various investments in the state, ranging from real estate to shipping and oil and gas. He has an estimated net worth of $1 billion, and in his car garage are a Land Cruiser Prado, a Lexus LS 570, a Range Rover Sport, and a Rolls Royce, just to mention a few. He also has a well-furnished apartment in Lagos and in some states across Nigeria. Number 9, Jimoh Ibrahim. Jimoh Ibrahim is a renowned lawyer, politician, businessman, investor, and philanthropist in Nigeria. He is the chairman and CEO of Global Fleet Group, a company with a presence in Nigeria and the UK. He was born on the 24th of February 1967 and is a native of Okitikupa in Ondo State, Nigeria. His father was a bricklayer who married about 7 wives, while his mother was a fish seller. During Jimoh's undergraduate days, he started organizing seminars on law for all local governments in Nigeria so they could learn to make their own laws. This move came after he discovered that only the federal and state government had laws. Through this move, the Yoruba billionaire was able to make a lot of money at the time, which he further used to organize several workshops, hospitality, aviation, real estate, and many more. With all this investment,
See, this is the point I'm making, right? We talk about the struggle. You know, he got a Billy, and these folks got the money to change the world, right? This is your black nobility.
Kehinde Ogungbe, who's popularly known as Keke, is a Nigerian DJ, music producer, television presenter, music executive, and the founder of Kenny's Music alongside Dayo Day1. And he was born on the 10th of September 1960. Prior to Kenny becoming one of the billionaires from the western part of Nigeria, he worked with and signed so many legendary musicians in the Nigerian music industry today. The likes of Idris Abdul Karim, The Remedies, Two-Face Idibia, late Sound Sultan, Tony Tetwila, and several others, where he made a lot of fortune in the entertainment industry. He was later appointed managing director of Raypower FM and was also a director at the Dark Communication PLC. After making a lot of money from these sources, Kenny Ogungbe diversified into other businesses like oil and gas, which have over the years fetched him plenty of money and made him one of the Yoruba billionaires presently. He has an estimated net worth of $1.2 billion. He's also a lover of exotic automobiles and as such, made sure to acquire some. In his collection are a Polaris Slingshot, a Bentley Mulsanne, a Toyota Prado Jeep, and
See, they throw that Freemason hand signs too. You saw the finger point.
7. Tunde Folawiwo. Tijani Babatunde Folawiwo, popularly known as Tunde Folawiwo, was born on April 12, 1960 in Lagos to late Wahabi Yanda Folawiwo. He's the managing director of Yinka Folawiwo Group, which has interests in energy, agriculture, shipping, real estate, and engineering. His father, Wahab Folawiwo, was a well-known Nigerian businessman and Islamic leader who started the group in 1957 as a commodities trading outfit and served as chairman until 2008 when he passed away. And then Tunde, who just returned from overseas, took over the business and has since grown it beyond imagination and has as well acquired a lot of of money, putting him on the list of the top 10 Yoruba billionaires. In his car garage are a Maybach, a Rolls Royce, a Lexus LS 570, and several other supercars. He also owns several mansions in the western part of the country with an estimated net worth of $1.4 billion. Clement Okeowo. Sir Clement Oluwatominino is a Nigerian businessman, real estate magnate, and philanthropist. He is the chief executive officer of Gibraltar Construction in Nigeria and Knight of the John Wesley Anglican Church. Olu Okeowo was born on the 15th of May 1965 to the family of Pataiwo Victor Okeowo. His father was a millionaire businessman and a choir master at the Methodist Church of Nigeria, while his mother was a full-time housewife. Sir Olu recalls that while growing up, parents were quite strict and he had to spend significant time indoors after school. Sir Olu Okeowo is no doubt one of the richest and influential Yoruba men in Nigeria, with an estimated net worth of $1.5 billion. In his car garage are a Bentley Mulsanne, a Rolls Royce, a Range Rover Sport, a Cadillac Escalade, and a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, just to mention a few. Known for his exquisite Victorian lifestyle, he owns a $12 million Palacio do.
Like, did you know Nigerians had billions like this? Billions, right? We had Black Wall Street. You think it was billions of dollars out there?
The Rose of Sharon Group, which consists of the Rose of Sharon Prints and Promotion Limited, Digital Reality,
Rose of Sharon, that's some Freemason shit. Rose of Crucian, Rose of Sharon.
the Prints Limited, and also the executive vice chairman of Fanfa Oil Limited. The great Yoruba female billionaire also has a majority stake in Dayspring Property Development Company. Around March 2016, she was made the Chancellor of Osun State University, making her the first female chancellor in the history of Nigeria. She is also applauded for her philanthropic works, like the foundation she has, which has so far donated to the erection of about 20 chest clinics for the treatment of tuberculosis in about 20 states across Nigeria. She has over the years garnered so much wealth and riches from all these business ventures, and as such, she's ranked the richest woman in Nigeria with an estimated net worth of $1.8 billion. In her car collection are a Toyota Prado Land Cruiser, a Lexus LS 570, a Bentley, a Rolls Royce, and several others. She also owns several estates to her name and numerous mansions in the western part of the country. Mike Adenuga. Chief Michael Adeni Agbolade Ishola Adenuga Jr. was born on April 29, 1953 in Nigeria. His father was a school teacher while his mother was a businesswoman of Royal Ijebu descent.
You know this Yoruba, so they doing voodoo. That's hands down. They doing Ifa, voodoo, black nobility, draconian.
Richest men in Nigeria and in the Yoruba land precisely, as he owns several companies like Globacom, which is the second largest telecom operator in Nigeria with a presence in a few African countries like Benin Republic and Ghana. He also has a high stake in Equatorial Trust Bank and oil exploration firm Corn Oil. With so much wealth which he has acquired through hard work, his mansion is second to none in Banana Island, Lagos. He also has a fleet of luxury cars which includes an armored Bentley Mulsanne, a Mercedes Maybach S-Class, a Mercedes-Benz AMG G63, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a private jet, and several others. Olusegun Obasanjo. Chief Olusegun Aremo Obasanjo is a retired Nigerian Army general, an elder statesman who was born 5th of March 1937 in Abeokuta, Ogun State. He is one man who the Nigerian history cannot be told without the mention of his name, as he has served as a military head of state from the year 1976 to 1979, succeeding Murtala Mohammed, and as a civilian president between the year 1999 to 2007 under the then ruling party, PDP. Ex-President Olusegun Obasanjo made a lot of money from the Nigerian Army, which he still receives to date, and is still entitled to the country's money being an ex-president. Another major source of his wealth is farming, as he owns one of the largest farms in the western part of the country. He owns a range of luxury cars, which includes a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Lexus LS 570, a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, a Mercedes-Benz S63, and he also owns one of the biggest mansions in Abeokuta, which has a cinema house.
Why they like that Toyota Land Cruiser? What's that about?
House and several others in different states. The ex-president has an estimated net worth of $7 billion.
$7 billion. You don't think this dude could do something? $7 billion.
Femi Otedola. Femi Otedola is no doubt one of the biggest shots from the Yoruba land.
You don't think this dude is Illuminati? Black nobility? He got $7 damn billion. You don't think he in no secret order?
As he's a business mogul, a CEO, and a philanthropist. He was born on the 4th of November 1962 in Ibadan, Oyo State, and began his success as a prominent businessman in Nigeria when in 2003, he started a business in fuel retail market. This led him to set up Zenon Petroleum and Gas Limited, a company marketing and distributing petroleum products till date. He later on had a high stake in 40 Oil, where he allowed a merger with Zenon Petroleum and even became the chairman, but in a quest to focus on power, sold his high stake in the company and now owns one of the biggest power companies in Nigeria called Gerogu Power PLC. Aside this, Femi Otedola still has other investments investments across shipping, real estate, and several others, which all generates him a huge income and place him in the second position on this list of Yoruba billionaires. He has an estimated net worth of $7.5 billion. And with such a huge net worth, Otodola has several cars, which includes a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, a Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a yacht, a private jet, and several others. Femi Otodola has several houses across Nigeria and lives in one in Banana Island, Ikoyi, Lagos. And he also has another mansion abroad. Adedeji Adeleke. Adedeji Tujadin Adeleke was born on the 6th of March 1957 to Mr. Raji Ayola and Mrs. Esther Nena Adeleke in Enugu State, and he is the father of the popular Nigerian Afropop singer Davido. Davido refers to himself as Omo Babolowo, which means the son of a rich man, and that should go a long way to tell you that this man's wealth has no bounds. Adedeji is referred to as the richest man in Yoruba land and is one of the most successful businessmen in Nigeria, as he owns several business enterprises in Lagos with huge investments in different sectors like real estate, banking, education, and security, just to mention a few. Adedeji is a lover of luxury just like his son Davido, and did not hesitate to show that in his car collection, as he owns a Bentley Mulsanne, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a private jet, and several other exotic cars. Adedeji has numerous properties all over the country and even overseas, and also has one of the best mansions in Banana Island, Ikoyi, Lagos. His net worth is estimated around $10 billion. And that brings us to the
10 billion, right? All right, let's talk numbers. All right, let's talk numbers.
So, saying people don't know how rich I am. I believe in 2 years from now, everybody will understand.
All right, so
Oh,
today's
where's the-
episode, I had the privilege of spending 24 hours with
It's
Billionaire,
$200 billion, John.
P-Lord. So over the years, he has gained popularity and has gathered a
Let me see.
As a timeshare owner, our rising maintenance fees.
Hush your mouth, girl. Get on out of here. Scat.
Figures shaping the course of the nation. Their influence is far-reaching, stretching beyond the confines of their luxurious estates into the heart of society. Despite the vast wealth disparities, these billionaires are household names, recognized on the streets and revered by many. The respect they command is immense, a reflection not just of their wealth, but also of their impact on society. These billionaires are not just successful entrepreneurs or business moguls, they are symbols of aspiration. They represent the potential for prosperity in a country where many are still grappling with poverty. Their wealth is not hidden, but on display in the form of extravagant homes, high-end cars, and private jets, which are more than just a preferred mode of transportation, but
Yeah, they ain't doing shit for the betterment of the community. They pulling Bentleys in the living room out this bitch. Big body rolls in the dining room showroom. And G4s across the motherfucking continent to go sit with them motherfuckers in the Islamic, you feel what I'm saying? In the East with the Arab and the Saudi, right? You live in heavyweight. This is the black nobility. This is the black Illuminati.
to aspire for greatness. Now, when you're a billionaire in Nigeria, you live large, really large. Picture this: sprawling estates, towering mansions, and breathtaking penthouses in the heart of Lagos or the serene landscapes of Abuja. These aren't just houses, they're architectural masterpieces designed with an eye for detail that would make a Michelangelo blush. Inside these homes, it's a world of opulence. The living rooms are grand, furnished with the finest pieces from around the world. Italian marble floors, crystal chandeliers hanging from high ceilings, and walls adorned with priceless works of art. The bedrooms are like personal retreats with king-size beds, walk-in closets the size of an average Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Maybach, you name it, they have it. These aren't just modes of transport, they're symbols of status and power. Then there's the ultimate symbol of wealth and privilege.
Let's see.
Milaro Ogundare, popularly known as Habi FX, was born on the 18th of March 2001 and hailed.
Nigeria has seen a steady rise of billionaires over the past decades. The most popular one. Nigeria has seen a steady rise of billionaires over the past decades, the most popular one being Aliko Dangote. The top 5 billionaires in Nigeria are worth a combined $43 billion. That's the GDP of 13 African countries combined. But how were they able to gather this amount of money? In this video, I'm going to reveal to you how Nigeria's top 5 billionaires made their money. Starting at number 5, we have Ato Eze. Ato Eze is a Nigerian businessman who became a billionaire through the oil and gas industry. He is the CEO of Atlas Oranto Petroleum, which is the largest privately owned petroleum exploration.
See, that's like Rockefeller and them, right? This is your like 13 families equivalent. He looked like the reptilian statue, right? But you know, Rockefeller, oil tycoon.
Currently has up to 22 oil and gas licenses in various parts of Africa and one of the largest holders of oil exploration blocks in Africa. He owns a significant share of Zenith Bank, one of Nigeria's largest banks, and is also a major shareholder in several other Nigerian banks. Mr. Eze also receives incomes from his investments in the real estate sector. He has a portfolio of some of the most expensive properties in Nigeria and has also invested in real estate in other countries. All these businesses and investments have placed Ato Eze at the 5th position among the richest Nigerians with a net worth of $4.6 billion. At number 4, we have Femi Otedola. Femi Otedola is another Nigerian billionaire who made his wealth through oil and gas. Nigeria has an abundance of crude oil, so it is not a surprise to see 2 of the billionaires that I've listed so far made their money through oil. He founded Fort Oil PLC, now known as Adova Oil, and Xenon Petroleum and Gas, which are all indigenous energy groups with headquarters in Nigeria and extended operations in Ghana. The company is in charge of marketing and distributing petroleum products to consumers, and it controls a major share of the Nigerian oil market.
So that's what I'm saying. These people could take over definitely countries, right? But you look at the companies they with. These people could really change the world for the black people. And a lot of you people in America got West African in you.
Otedola owns a number of other businesses across shipping, real estate, and finance. Today, his net worth sits at an impressive $5.7 billion, making him the 4th richest person in Nigeria. At number 3, we have Abdul Samad Rabiu. He is the founder and chairman of Boa Group, a Nigerian company that is into manufacturing, infrastructure development, and agriculture. Rabiu made most of his money through the cement business, but what gave him footing was commodity trading. Abdul Samad Rabiu established Boa Group in 1988 for the sole purpose of commodity trading. The company imported rice, edible oil, flour, and iron and steel. In 2005, he started 2 flour milling plants, one in Lagos and the other in Kano. By 2008, he built the largest sugar in sub-Saharan
Yeah, I said Kano, told you Mortal Kombat, very occulted game.
in a publicly listed cement company in northern Nigeria and began to construct a $900 million cement plant in Edo State, completing it in early 2015. The cement plant is what drove his net worth to $5.9 billion, making him the 3rd richest person in Nigeria today. Sitting on the list at number 2 is Mike Adenuga. Mike Adenuga is the 2nd richest person in Nigeria and the 4th richest in Africa. He made the majority of his money through the telecom industry. His company Globacom is Nigeria's 2nd largest telecom operator. He also owns stakes in the Equatorial Trust Bank and the oil exploration company.
Yeah, man, let's see. How much this dude? $6 billion. Right? How much the last dude got? Pretty sure he oil dude.
It is predicted.
Look at the symbol.
If you have a business,
I didn't mean to do that, but look at the symbol. Look at the symbol. That's a Freemasonic symbol.
Which is one of the largest oil refineries in the world. Today, Dangote's net worth is sitting at an impressive $20 billion.
$20 billion. right? These 5 dudes could come to America and smash the gas. Like they could really make a change and up their money. You could get into the double-digit, triple-digit billions if you came over here and built the infrastructure. You don't think they know that? This is the Black Illuminati, right? Nigerian billionaires, right?
That popularly known as Habiyefe.
Igbo village, right? We told you what Igbo is. See, they got sold. They sold.
In today's video, I want to tell you the thrilling story of Ezego of Ihiala, the Nigerian billionaire who sold his soul for wealth. This is the story of a man of many sides, Chief Victor Nnamdi Okafor, the Ezego one of Ihiala, aka Udubonch, aka the Young Millionaire, the Igbo tycoon who died tragically at a time he was to be celebrating his birthday. He would have been one of Africa's biggest billionaires. He was fair-skinned, spoke softly, and had warm smiles dancing on his chubby cheeks, accentuated by a not-too-bushy mustache. He was young, but as at that time, he was very well known and duly respected in the Nigerian business. He was elusive and evaded arrest severally. In these times, Ezego fled to Umumeni village, where his angry father drove him out. From there, he went to Umuduru, his mother's village. However, things were not rosy for him at Umuduru. And in 1989, he decided to move to Lagos, where he joined a mentor, Wisdom Obunna, to pursue business opportunities. What happened years after that remains shrouded in mystery. But the next time the world would be hearing of Ezego, he was already a multi-millionaire, one of the creme de la creme of Lagos. In Lagos, he set up
Voodoo
in Allen Avenue. There was also a branch in Abuja, and also the Ezego Plaza, valued at almost 1 billion naira. He once dropped 14 million naira to acquire just 2 Porsche cars, a sedan Lincoln Continental Mark 8 and a Mercedes-Benz Arrow 230 convertible from Moon Trends. This was a huge amount at the time. Actually, as at the time of his death, sought-after musicians in the world's most populous black nation were billed to entertain the guests at the most exciting gala of the year. Afrobeat maestro Femi Kuti and his Positive Force band were billed to dazzle the guests and rock the community to its very foundation. To show how serious, here was his car that he shelled out a lot of millions for, giving him the worst headache of his life at a most unexpected moment. But you know how dangerous Nigerian roads are. Ezego did not want to leave his cherished automobile in the middle of nowhere in Asaba at the mercy of robbers, not the car he bought with so much money. So he bellowed at one of his boys to purchase a chain.
Yeah, well, now you see Igbo, right? Igbo got all the money, right? Native doctors, Nigeria. They got YouTube, but see, Igbo coming up, right? Now, we know Igbo do voodoo, right? We know that, right? We right, you know, people hate the Igbo for some reason, right? So did these see, but this is secret society stuff, right? The masquerade, right? You see how I say the masquerade?
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
What a beautiful people. To God be the glory. I'm Apollo Soul, blessed to be back to continue my story. Okay, guys, so I have a very interesting video.
We ain't gonna get into that, but you know, I'm just trying to show you that, you know, the Igbo, and this is Hebrew, right? this is Hebrew, right? So let me show you. You know, the Igbo do Ifa. So see how the origin of divination.
Before I begin, I want to make a big announcement. The full Igbo calendar is now available for your Apple and Google Calendar. I have created a calendar that tells the 13 moons, 4 market days, and different holidays and correlating rituals across the whole of Igbo land, as well as breakdowns of what they mean and the stories behind them. This is available for all patrons who join our community to support this channel at patreon.com/The Medicine Show. Asian systems are cited to be the root of most cultures and most spiritual systems today. And in our ancestral tradition, the story of Afa goes back to the beginning of humanity itself. Long ago, there was a woman of infinite wisdom and insights, so much so that all of our ancestors sought her wisdom for solutions. So throughout her life, she carried on revealing things to individuals with perfect accuracy. Her clairvoyance and insight were even sharp enough to know what individuals were thinking before they used words to express them. And from this, she was in fact able to read minds of human beings, animals, and spirits. So when this woman died, the people she served sent a delegation to Chukwu to ask him for a replacement. For living in the world that Chukwu had just created was impossible without the light which came from her mind. And so, after hearing their appeals, Chukwu gave them specific instructions on how to bury the old sage, with a promise that a sacred Ugili tree would sprout from her head, and from this tree, her knowledge would return to the world of the living. The people, desperate to preserve her wisdom, did as he told. They buried the old sage, and as Chukwu promised, an Ugili tree grew from her head. Chukwu had also instructed them to cut the seeds of its fruit in half and string them together in 4 strings of 4 seeds. And since that day, the truth and all-seeing insights of the old sage has been preserved in the language of Afa, and her contribution to humanity has been immortalized in the fact that till this day, Afa is still referred to as the gossiping old woman, or Agadingwai na Shashere. It is important to note that those who wish to use Afa must learn the language of Akpapa, the language used to communicate with Agon when performing Afa, which is said to be the original language of humanity and the roots of the Igbo language, which is best preserved in the Afa tradition, regardless of a
Now notice he was saying that's how divination even began, right? So you see Ifa, Igbo, right? So these billionaires are the originators of voodoo. This is Bantu 101. Right? Money rituals. Right? I showed y'all about money magic, bowl magic. Right?
In this video, I'll show you 10 Nigerian pastors who have sold their soul. Coming in at number 10 is Pastor Chris Okafor. Chris Okafor of the Mountain of Liberation and Miracle Ministry, also known as Liberation City, came under fire from Nigerians in 2019 after a video surfaced of a woman who had been healed in 5 different churches. A woman with an alleged wrinkled arms is seen being healed, after which she straightened her arms in the first video. Okafor told his congregation that he was retrieving her missing bones directly from the coven of witches. However, other videos showed the woman appeared to be healed of the same problem by 4 different preachers. Okafor responded saying he never conducted any fake miracle. Wow.
Give me the bone. Give me the bone. Yes. Give me the bone. Yes.
At number 9 is Prophet Chukwu Emeka Odumeje, the Indaboski, the liquid metal, the fire, the lion, Baosha. This church is located at Onitsha, the Anambra State capital. Discovered to be a strong member of the Ogboni Society in Nigeria.
The Ogboni, right? That's another society. See, I gotta hip y'all to these African secret societies. It get heavy, right? All right, but look, man, we ain't got time for all that. But okay, so before I get into what I kind of wanted, the cream of the cream, You know, the Igbo got secret society. Right, Nigerian cult secret society.
Student guilds or participate in beauty contests on campus are occasionally approached by members who promise to use their numbers to secure their win if they agree to become members of their gang. On the streets, many cults promise upcoming artists links to influential industry men and women who blood oath is taken. Initiation rituals typically include brutal beatings to test the stamina of intended members, as well as the intake of a liquid mixture. Some persons are granted a VIP initiation in exchange for an extra sum of money.
Burner boy. Wait, this dude is he talking.
They are exempted from the grueling initiation process. Initiation usually takes place in the middle of the night in bushes, cemeteries, or other hidden locations. Intended members could be requested to purchase items such as bottle of strong rum, candles, or a razor blade, among other things, which will be used during initiation. Older members create a line or circle around blindfolded or occasionally naked intended members while in the secluded initiation ground. They sing, drink, smoke, dance, and create scary noises while viciously beating new intakes till early in the morning. Their objective for beating the new intakes, according to their beliefs, is to purify the initiates of their weaknesses and instill fear in them.
Look at the Osiris sign of Osiris. Right, this is Freemasonry.
Before becoming full members, male initiates may be required to clear
The initiates.
an additional hurdle, such as the murder of rival gang members or armed robbery. They are then taught how to identify themselves through various means, such as color codes in the form of their dressing, backed up by their individual orientation or inside knowledge of their customs, slangs, and beliefs. To prove they are strong enough for missions ahead of them, new female members are often required to have sexual liaisons with their male counterparts or to participate in some sort of combat with them. When properly inducted, they can be used to distract male targets through flirtation or seduction before the heel squad comes to take down their targets. Cult members does not exclude celebrities or prominent personalities. In reality beating, despite the fact that it opposed the military administration of that time, even in the face of death, the Paris confraternity goals included providing an alternative to the
Remember, I was telling you the skull and bones flag is also the Moorish flag, the blindfolded Freemason initiation ritual flag. And they showing you the Buccaneers Confederate, right? This is ancient Nigerian, not Egypt, Nigerian.
intolerant upper-class elites who controlled campus life. Because they have access to weapons and a need to establish supremacy over the other, these confraternities turned cultists now engage in a variety of horrible crimes such as armed robbery, kidnapping, and murder for hire. If a cult wants to attack a rival member, they can write to members of their cult from other schools or states requesting assistance. The purpose of engaging an outside squad is to utilize anonymous faces so that the victim or other students cannot recognize them.
That's clearly a Freemason. So you see, this is trickling down into the Black Illuminati. I showed you the billions, right? Nigeria got the billions. This is the Nigerian occultism. Shout out to this channel right here. He getting to
They
it.
followed their victims for a while in order to learn about their habits and determine the optimum time to strike. At times, the photographs of their victims would have been sent along with the
African Secret Society.
invitation, or a member within the school joins the hit squad to identify their victim for confirmation before they are attacked. An example is a case that occurred in Edo State some time ago. Institution at the University of Ibadan determined to on the international scene is not left out. Police in the Spanish area members or the group's operations. If members of the sects break the oath of secrecy, they may be slain by their peers. Aside from their opponents, they've been known to attack snitches, informants, and anyone else who gets in the way of their smooth operations, whether on or off campus. Some time ago, a guy named Shola was assassinated in front of his family. His transgression was that he revealed them and killed while sleeping. Instead, the examination hall. Also robbers, harassing Oburushoki and his surroundings to members of the Ametukun organization. Tunde Salau, president of the Lagos State University Students' Union, was assaulted with machetes by unknown assailants as soon as he exited the examination hall to avenge the murders of their members at the hands of.
Let's see what this say. You know, we gotta see what this say. It says Stan. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay.
Other courts. These days include the 15th of June, the 7th of July.
Skull and Bones. Okay, now you see what I'm saying. This is where Skull and Bones come from. The troglodyte didn't come up with this Freemasonry shit. This goes back to leper society, secret societies in West Africa.
22nd of July, 8th of August, 15th of October, and 26th of December. Female cult groups first began as girlfriends for its male counterparts. They were later pimped to society's powerful men by their grave consequences for oaths broken. A cultist in Enugu State joined a born-again Christian church in 1997 in an attempt to change his ways. Cult members attacked him in his living quarters, stabbing him so many times. After the victim was now to receive notifications when the videos are uploaded. Please let us know if you have any concerns that you'd like us to address in the comments box below. Remember to give it.
This is part 2. Let's check out part 2.
Saving on your education.
This dude, he got something here.
1980s, confraternities rapidly extended throughout the country to other institutions of higher learning. Left, right, and center, they sprang up.
There has been a lot of distortion of the original.
Nigerian military dictators saw an opportunity to employ confraternities to suppress students, student union members, and fellow faculty members.
You see, he called them fraternity cults. You see it say fraternity right there. He called them fraternity cults.
All female fraternities began to appear. Commercial motorbike riders, bus drivers. The next day, the OAU Student Union
You see it's an initiation ceremony. They beat the drums just like summon the spirit. Kind of like in the Catholic Church where they whip, where they whip their back. You see that everybody got the stick in their hand. Man, shout out to dude, man. Yeah, he got something there. But see, I say Ogboni confraternity. Sheesh. Hidden secret initiation. Another secret society in Nigeria. Look at that shit. The story of Igbo people. Look at this. Chidi joins the Okorochi secret society. And see, they got the money. Right? Igbo, the richest tribe in Africa. They do Ifa. So this is kind of what I was saying about the leper society. Right? All right, so let me make it make sense before we get into it. Right? I showed y'all about the leper society. Okay. This is them. This is Igbo. Right? So look at the insignia. Right? The leper society and the origin of government and civilization and writing.
Hello, welcome to the History of the Leopard. Its broader character covers the area of law-giving, justice, security, communal unions for wars in West Africa, and its thoughts from its communities and societies not only spread to places such as Egypt, Babylon, and Greece, but their societal structures and administration was derived from the original knowledge of the leopard society. The customs and traditions of the ancient warrior people, including a sense of community, hard work, and labor to feed and support the family. Also, a discipline, moral authority of the family, sense of oneness, equality, fairness, freedom, and justice, astrology, astronomy, mathematics, even environmental protection, engineering, farming, music, and
with Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo.
So I want to show y'all about this leper society. Right. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, man, I know people be talking about YouTube Premium. I gotta do some things. But hold on, I wanted to show you this.
the early initiates were the women who benefited from mathematics. Even leopard was a big fish that came out of the water.
So her legend holds the leopard was a big fish that came out the water. Stop. Full stop. Right? This is your no-mo. This is your Leviathan reptilian. This is your maybe cat people that bought the crystal. Like this is interesting, okay? This is the first, right? It's the first story.
Transformed into a leopard and finally into a man who lives with the native population and taught them literature, writing, communication, astrology, astronomy, mathematics, even
Now, mathematics, I keep telling y'all about, math can get satanic. Math, you can do some shit with math, right? And the first secret society is saying they learned math. Africans came up with math first. They saying they learned it from a man who turned into a leopard that turned into a fish.
environmental protection, engineering, farming, music, and fire cooking. The early initiates
Fire cooking.
were the women who benefited from the knowledge of childbirth, childcare, and homemaking. The old Calabar in Nigeria, known to be the birthplace of the leopard society, believed this teacher leopard named Oba was God, with the ability to shapeshift into a leopard and back into a man.
Who is the shapeshifting God? Who is the shapeshifter? Right? Y'all getting a full lesson today, mother. Who is the shapeshifter? Right? The snake.
Man. With his teachings came the exalt of the leopard as the king of the jungle. In other words, the leopard, not the lion, is the king of the jungle. Also, as a symbol of royalty, strength, and peacemaking among people and communities, it was also known as the king of the sky, the king of the night, and the king of the underworld. After 3.5
So who's the god of the underworld, right? This shit was taught to them by the underworld, right? And this is the thing I was telling you about Mortal Kombat. Kotal Khan turned into a leopard, right? So this is it all connecting, right? Everything is all making sense now. Kotal Khan turned into a leopard.
years, the leopard man disappeared back into the water, but not before establishing the Leopard Society. In Calabar, the leopard organization was called Equa Society, headed by the paramount ruler or king of Calabar. His sub-chiefs were all members of the executive and legislative arms of the society. There was
So this is basically where they learned voodoo. This is where the African traditional spiritual practices. Not my words, right? This is where they saying they got it from.
separation of powers. The spiritual or mystery organ was headed by the Abba Ephik, the high priest. And while he receives his authority from the leopard and retains it, no one is saved from his power and curse unless the administration appeases the spirit of the leopard through him. The leopard society governance embodies the principles of brotherhood, the principles of peace, love, and a sense of inclusion, liberty, equality, and fairness for all regarding
Say brotherhood.
three major components of the system of the leopard society. This includes Nsibidi, Ukara, and Amama. Nsibidi. This is a collection of hieroglyphs and writing symbols within the community, perhaps the oldest signs, cipher, and crypts, fostering understanding among various groups of people and individuals. It created philosophy, fostering enlightenment in alchemy and technological developments to enhance a functional system with a body of rules that helps to govern a society effectively. Nsibidi means in the shadow of the jungle or forest. The jungle symbolized the body of the human society. Nsibidi has further branches and classifications of nature and its mastery, including medicine, writing, astrology.
See, this is the voodoo, right? This is medicine. This is mathematics, law and military, astrology, and astronomy, right? middle class about the mysteries of nature. This is root work.
Calculus, mathematics, reading, politics, law, and military training. Number 2, government and political administration. CBD is primarily a tool or system of political governance and leadership within the society to reflect the needs of the people, headed by the chief as chief executive, as was practiced in the jungles of Africa, especially the Niger-Congo Bantu region, headquartered in the...
I told y'all, Bantu. So I'm glad he touched on this too. Next time you having this, what race are you? Right? And you talking about you the original man? You are Niger Congo region. Bantu. Nappy headed, ether, beady headed Bantu, Niger, Negus, Naga, Congo, Gen, region. Carbon based. 666, Soot, Satan, Bobby Hemmett. It all ties in, right? You are a Negroid from Niger. Let it roll.
The old Calabar, the first capital of Nigeria. This aspect governs the economic approach to governance, including business, ownership, and taxation to sustain the government. Other pillars, aspects of the government include the legislature, judiciary, and the law enforcement. These pillars were vital components of NCBD, system of leopard democratic governance to keep the peace, feed the people, foster physical development, and to enable the rule of law to prevail above all else. Ukara. This represents the mystic power, royalty, and kingship of the leopard society. The Ukara is a cloth and ceremony of the initiates. It is a cloth worn by initiates for a traditional religious, priestly, and royal coronation of the ruling class. The leopard dress or cloth is worn by royalty and nobility, especially during formal secret proceedings and rituals of the secret mystic organ. The Ukara distinguishes the privileged class from the ordinary people. As the royal king and his court, chiefs wear it during formal execution of government functions.
So see how they talking about the ruling class, royalty, mystic power, kingship. This is where that king and queen should come from. Power structure and sacred knowledge that governs visible structure of the leopard governance system. This it's all here. This is it. This is fucking it. Your purple and gold, Black Panther, Wakanda, secret society. This is all it.
The Ukara is the invisible power structure and sacred knowledge that governs the outer visible structure of the leopard governing system. Amama. Amama is another important aspect of the leopard society governing system. This is where the concept of socialism emanated from. It's the social aspect of the democratic government. This has to do with the community's wealth and the redistribution of wealth equally to all people by taking from the wealthy and redistributing it to the poor, including money and food and other means of production. The huge sums of money paid by Amama, who control much of the wealth, is funneled back into the society, into the development and sustenance of the system. Thank you for dropping by. I invite you all to become a part of our global community, the community of the Great World Teachers. If you appreciate this content, please like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, I'll give that a like. That was dope. Right. This is
from
just
Ekpe
more
connected people who left
on the,
Cameroon, like the Nassako family that left Cameroon.
on the secret
They were
society.
sold as slaves and they carried Ekpe to Cuba.
Um,
They were able to trace and they maintained the name Nassako
But let's get back
in
to
Cuba while practicing Ekpe. They would
how
lie
this
back
became the black
in their
nobility.
village and family in Cameroon, just as most of those who came to America here educated.
Picturesque Coburg in Bavaria. The town's striking coat of arms depicts the so-called Moor of Coburg. The emblem is now at the center of a heated controversy. Opponents call it a symbol of racism, but many residents are mystified. Is there really nothing else to worry about? We've got bigger problems than the Coburg Moor. He's the patron saint of Coburg, and I find this whole discussion out of order. He's never upset anyone. It can stay as it is. The crest dates back to the Middle Ages.
Let's get to that.
Help reduce plastic waste in our environment.
So this is the origins. You know, B-Dale taught this lesson. Shout out to B-Dale. Kamaru Ahu. I might have to give him a spin. Y'all gotta get hip to him.
As Moors. Today the term is viewed as derogatory, but it's not intended to be demeaning, according to Coburg historian Hubertus Habel. The emblem features Saint Mauritius, a black Christian knight who was martyred and is now commemorated.
Insofern ist das Wort meiner Ansicht nach
To that extent, I think the word Moor is okay. And the representation of a black man as the symbol of Coburg is absolutely fine. It's an expression of esteem and veneration for the saint.
Hochachtung vor diesem Heiligen ausdrückt.
See, they love Knuckles everywhere else but here.
Petition against Coburg's coat of arms. Alicia Archie is originally from the area. For her, calling a black man a Moor is no longer acceptable in the light of the Black Lives Matter movement, and especially not a figure with thick lips and a Caribbean style.
Oh, okay, we got to check out. Look, the leopard. I told you. Look at the thumbnail, right? He know what's up. This dude smart as shit. You see him? Subscribe, y'all subscribe to this one. Shout out Empress Raguba. Shout out Lost in the Script.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. This is, if I have the clip that they took out, a lot of people wasn't able to see the video yet, so they blocked it worldwide, So this is the video right here in question right here. I was able to get it back, but they made me take out 3 minutes of it. All right, this is right before my Black Irish series. It's called Benjamin Franklin on Black German Immigrants, Swarthy Palatines, Moorish Images and Statues. And so the clip they made me take out was a news clip from Germany, where they're interviewing local people in Coburg, Germany. And because there is a Black Lives Matter person that is protesting, saying that the Moorish statues and all the Moorish history there is racist, based on the way she views things. This is a little bit of the video in question. I'm not gonna even play it. It's not in case you want them here, if you'd like to support G and everything else, the anthropology, the book.
Let's check this out. They
Are
say
you
this
aware
was
that the
bad.
starting salary for a cybersecurity
right? He's like almost calling them Moors, but Palatine boars, almost like pigs, boar, be suffered to swarm into our settlements, and by herding together established.
Italians, French, Russians, Swedes are generally of what we call swarthy complexion. Swarthy. All right, just in case you don't know what Swarthy is, just a quick reminder, we're here in the American Dictionary of the
Let's go back.
And in Europe, the Spaniards, Italians, French, Russians, Swedes are generally of what we call swarthy complexion. Swarthy. All right, just in case you don't know what swarthy is, just a quick reminder, we're here in the American Dictionary of the English language. All right, this is actually Webster's 1828 dictionary. All right, I got the official PDF. We're gonna go all the way to the word swarthy. All right, and right here it says swart. Right, almost sounds like steward. Swart, steward, swart, steward. Now, what they get steward? Did it mean black or dark? What is swart? It says being of dark hue, moderately black, tawny, swarth. All right. Down here it says swart, to make tawny or brown. Swart, an apparition. Swartly. All right, duskly with a tawny hue. Says swartness, tawniness, a dusky or dark complexion. Dark complexion, right? Dark complexion, swarthy, being of a dark hue or dusky complexion. Tawny, in warm climates, the complexion of men is universally what? Swarthy or what? Black in warm climates. Is there only warm climates in Africa? No, we have warm climates all over the world, right? The Moors, Spaniards, and Italians are more swarthy than the French, Germans, and English. It says their swarthy hosts would darken all our plains. Swarthy. All right, black, as the swarthy African, it says, right? As the swarthy African. So the African is swarthy, right? Swarthy is a tawny color. Swartish, somewhat dark or tawny. Swarthy, tawny. All right. Of the settlement of England and the tribal origin of the Old English people by the late Thomas William Shore, author of a history of Hampshire, etc., honorary secretary, London and Middlesex Archaeological Society, honorary organizing secretary of the Hampshire, who were located in the countries east of the Elbe and south of the Baltic Sea. It isn't the same as the older name used by Ptolemy, who says that the when Nedai are established along the all right, shows that there must have been some old Wendish tribe of similar complexion from which they are descended, as the country anciently occupied by the Wiltzi included Brandenburg and the district around Berlin. It joined the limits of ancient Saxony on the west. There can be no doubt about the important influence which the old Wendish race has had in the northeastern parts of Germany and transmitted to their
It's funny, like Wimbenyama, Wimby. Did y'all catch that? Let's go back.
and to their neighbors, the remnant at the present time of the dark complexioned Wends of Saxony, who called themselves Sorbs. All right, shows that there must have been some old
Like Serbs, Serbia, but Winds like Wimbenyama.
Wendish tribe
of the Brotherhood of St. Christophe and Malberg. Says the owners of the Royal Bavarian Order of the Knights of St. George, huh? Just want to show you this one. Look at this one. Wow. And with the feather, again, these feathers look like the ones you see in the Egyptian hieroglyphics. All right, but who'll be rocking the feathers? All right, who'll be rocking the feathers, huh? I'm going to go into this book now. It says Principal Book of the Brotherhood of St. Christopher in Alberg, the manuscript weighs 242, State Archives, Vienna. That's what it says here in case you can read it. But there you go.
This is black nobility. This is who owned the queen and them.
All right, and this is another image we got right here. As you can see, this is the coat of arms. So swarthy. So swarthy.
Phrygian cap. Phrygian cap.
See, that's what it says in case you can read it. This is another one right there. Look at that. All right. Coat of arms, German, or so-called Black Europeans in their castle. All right. You can look that up. All right. So I wanted to show you the actual tapestry zoomed in. All right. So like I was saying, I wasn't kidding. So it shows a bunch of pale-skinned people, right? Look like wild men. They got some kind of tattoos or whatever on, and they're trying to invade this castle right here. All right.
Yeah.
So you see, these are melanated people. You see, they're the bulletin of the.
Wants a new career but don't have experience?
Yeah, this is the black. This is your Nigerian, right? Don't get confused. Right? Don't get confused.
Volume 56, number 303, pages 5 to 13 plus 15 to 17, 12 pages, probably intended to hang above a row of benches. We follow the actions of strange bearded men, clothed in handsomely styled renderings of the traditional hairy covering of the mythological wild man. Armed with stones and branches,
Oh,
the wild men
wait.
approach a moated castle defended by
The
dusky
troglodyte.
of strange bearded men, clothed in handsomely styled renderings of the traditional hairy covering of the mythological wild man.
The mythological wild man. Right? I ain't gonna get on the troglodyte, but this is the troglodyte. They got branches and leaves. They fighting. This is the beast of the field. Look at the belt made of wood, vine.
Armed with stones and branches, the wild men approach a moated castle defended by dusky Moors, dusky, dark complexion, so-called black Moors, dusky Moors. All right. So who is the wild man, and who is the ones in the castle? All right. Pay attention. From the upper windows of the castle, the king and queen watch the approaching horde. The attackers, in contrast to the dark-skinned defenders, all right, again, in contrast to the dark-skinned defenders are giants. This is Wild Men in the Middle Ages, a study in art, sentiment, and demonology by Richard Bernheimer, Harvard University Press. Right, so I wanted to go to page 147, is where they mention the tapestry we're talking about today. And it says here, there are in one tapestry only hairy wild men assailing blackamoors, including a black king and queen, including a black king and a black queen.
Every month, this Airbnb.
Oh, have mercy.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy B-Dell. Today I'm going to give a historical analysis on the galactic bloodline of the Anunnaki, who are known as the Elohim, these primordial celestial gods that come from a different star system, the 19th galaxy on planet Risk, and how they're esoterically connected to the inception of the Moorish paradigm, which is an autonomous spiritual system that's outside the limitations of Freemasonic monotheism, right? So before we get started, I'm going to get my screen share going. New York L. I want to give honors to the Prophet Noble Jew Ali, and I also want to give honors to Elijah Pubay, who is known as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? So when you look at things from a retrospective point of view, and you break down the barriers of pseudo-concept of knowledge that's venerated by American society, you can see why they demonize these three master teachers. That's because they were teaching our people that we have a divine creed and a nationality. They were teaching until 1865 during the time of slavery. So like I said, in order to be recognized by the said government, you have to have a free national name. You have to have a nationality. So anybody who is telling you to venerate the concept of being an African American, telling that you are black people, they are basically a provocateur and an agent of chaos, right? Because it keeps you acclimated to the 14th Amendment, which is a fraudulent contract because it was never science. They take all the knowledge, was basically connected to each other. So you had Mu, and then you got North and South America in between Atlantic. Skull and Bones, the Theosophical
Okay, so let's see the origins. The Babylonian Middle Eastern mystery religion. Pagan pantheon, witchcraft, false spiritualism, divination, shamanism, polytheism, Kabbalah is one, Gnostic, Templar, Jerusalem, Royal Order Malta, Rosicrucian, Modern Theosophical Society, Skull and Bones. See the Theosophical Society. I keep telling y'all about Blavatsky.
Society, the Illuminati. So, like I said, when you're talking about these conglomerate organizations, Carnush, and other, when you're talking about the cuneiform language and things of that nature. So now I'm gonna pull up the map. Talking about the land of Mu and how it was connected to Atlantis. Right? You got Mu, like for instance, when you're talking about Pangea before the continental drift, because what they don't talk about in the Bible has is an amalgamation of 72 books, but the original books came from the 5 Mosaic laws. And then they amplified it to 72 books and then condensed it down to 66. So now there's 27 books that's missing out of the Bible when it's talking about the first flood, when you're talking about the continental drift, when all the landmass was basically connected to each other.
See, what's freaky about that is if it was one big landmass and all connected, you know, that's the legend that it had to be flooded because it was a place of debauchery. So was Mu or Atlantis flooded because of debauchery? Right? See, the reason he's gonna get into the Anunnaki because this ties into the black nobility. I might even play my video. Shit.
So you had Mu, and then you got North and South America in between Atlantis. That's why you got the Bermuda Triangle you see on the island of Patmos, right? Which is on the
remember Atlantis was underwater.
We are not, which is synonymous to the UK, the Ukraine flag, the blue and yellow. So like I said, this is all basically.
See, and the blue and yellow was the Nigerian secret society. Did y'all see that? Did y'all remember that?
In a civilization when you're talking about planet Earth. So now we're going to listen to what the Christian codes, right? So it was propagated by and created by Inquisitionists. So this is not the way to go about it, but like I said, at the same time, they got to uphold their oath.
Okay, we got to be there in the feds. Be there's in the feds. So y'all saw the Goldberg founder, right? I'm gonna give y'all another one. European coat of arms. Right, untold Moorish history. Carolina.
Philosophy. 4. Polytheism. 5. Penal system. P is symbolic of the word points in the Freemasonic Old Constitution known as the Hallowell, or Regisms. There are 15 regulations which are called point, saying Moor, because of the Moors being pushed down into Mauritania, also use the upright crescent, which is another one of our ancient Moorish symbols. In some present-day Arab countries, such as Egypt, Sudan, Syria and Libya, the original flags were stars and crescent also, one facing east and the other facing west, symbolize the League of Arab and other states that York of the Freemasons, in which the sacred name of God is associated with this letter Fide, the Redeemer. Ra is a symbol of the ram in ancient Egypt, which was borrowed by these mystic societies from the Egyptians through the Greeks. The symbol of Ra became the goat of Mendes, or Baphomet, which is the French form of Muhammad, symbol of the Knights of Templar, who received it from being taught by the Saracens, a Latin word for black, which is another.
So did you catch what just happened here? How the ram and Ra turned into the goat of Mendes, which turned into Baphomet, right? So like these are the Moors though, right? We talking Moors.
Which is another word for Moors. The crescents at both sides of the goat of Mendes, one facing east and the other facing west, symbolize the League of Arab and other states that use the crescent. Mauritania, also, which is just another way of saying Moor, because of the Moors being pushed down into Mauritania, also use the upright crescent, which is another one of our ancient Moorish symbols. In some present-day Arab countries, such as Egypt, Sudan, Syria and Libya, the original flags were stars and crescent also. However, the present-day flags are different, due to the changes in these countries. In the case of Selene by the Hebrews, this symbol was taken from the ancient Sumerian symbol of Anna. Marilyn Monroe's name is really Norma Jean. Elizabeth Taylor was brought back to life by giving her fresh blood of young women to revitalize her. Note the names Maria, Marilyn.
Okay, getting into some other shit, but I wanted to really get into the Gotha though. Let me see, man. New Orleans is a portal. Sheesh. Seems like we can't really find nothing on the Gotha. That's interesting. Maybe Coburg could come up with it. Okay. The royal family. So this is what I was trying to get at.
I mean, in England, we have a queen, for fuck's sake.
Right. So you see, the Coburgs were saying they had the more, but Gotha and Saxe is like, it's all the same, right? So the Moors like founded Gotha, the royal family. Like this is the connection right here. Right? This is the connection right here to the black nobility. Right? All right, let's check out the House of Windsor. Okay. They got the dragon, right? This is the black nobility started this shit. Let's see what come out. They don't want to give it up. But you know, we already saw that Saxe Coburg Gotha was black nobility founded. Right. So maybe let me give you one last shot before I go. Let's see. We saw that, the tapestry. But if you look, you see the colors, the blue and white and the black. So it's the Bavarian connection. See how Germany did its black people. Okay, I said we'll have to put some extra knowledge on it, but
Twisted Tea is a refreshing, hard iced.
I know he know, but let's before I let you go. Before I let you go, let's take a quick stroll. Black nobility in Europe, Elizabeth suppressed, right? The order is not about nobles and aristocrats. The Orsini family. Look at the rose. Look at the Rosicrucian rose. Black Madonna. Saint Maurice. So you see, you ain't never really got that real heat on the black nobility. So let's check out my video. Fuck it. Let's see if my shit gonna come out. Shit. Alright, hold on. We just gonna have to go to me. Alright, let's go back. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Let's see, before I let you go. Oh, Lord. Come on now. Let me use the mouse. Oh, come on, computer. You acting brand new. Alright, here we go.
Was created solely for the purpose of separation, and that the real individuals behind the president, behind Congress, the hidden hand, is also melanated nine-ether people also. What if I told you that? The individuals you see in the illustration.
Hit the cash app for your boys. Take the dollar challenge. Send $1 to your boy. Hit the cash app, family.
behind me I refer to as the Black Nobility. These are the original 13 families, okay? These are melanated, carbonated individuals. Everything we've ever been told, okay, in reference to who we believe the enemy is, so to speak, has been solely for the purpose of distraction, okay? Now, again, there are malevolent Caucasian individuals that did wholeheartedly embrace that role, okay, that they were set to play. But this actually derived from our own melanated people selling us out. Look at some of the old relics from Europe, you'll see that these individuals were Black people, okay, that they commemorated, that they highly revered. You can find a lot of the real ancient relics in the Vatican. They had statues and all kind of things to commemorate the Black nobility. 13 families all have the blood of the Black draconian. The individual you see to my left and the illustration behind me is referred to as Tarnush or Halal, okay? This was a Black draconian. This is who Ra Hayes making reference to when he say they look like us, but they not us. These are reptilians, okay? And oftentimes they have the pointed ears and a widow's peak as a genetic trait. For the elder god, Dr. Malachi Z. York, he spoke on these entities in the holy tablets, okay? This is a depiction, okay, of how these individuals look. They're reptilian, they are shapeshifters, and they are Black. They are normal melanated. This is a depiction of how some of them may look. They look like us, but they not us. Here's another example, okay? Black reptilian, Black draconian. They figured if they could create an enemy for us, then we wouldn't think about them, okay? That's why one of their names, code names, basically is the hidden hand. They're the biggest secret that most people
See, this tie you back into them Nigerians with the billions.
don't talk about. Tarnush is the son of Marduk, okay? Tarnush wanted some form of cosmic dominion, and when his grandfather Anu didn't grant that his request, he just completely went disagreeable. And there were others that carried that same ideology. They basically wanted dominion and wanted to have some sort of power, and they wanted to cause chaos and wreak havoc because of that. As I told you in the past, these archonic entities thrive on your low frequency emotions like grief, guilt, anxiety, and things of that nature, fear, okay? So they can't really operate in the 528 hertz frequency, which is love. So it's important that you embrace this green Ethereum cosmic energy that's re-emerging, okay? That's the essence of the heart chakra energy that's going to come back. And once we fully embody that and we eliminate all racism, all hatred, and we just fully walk in the heart chakra, camouflage the 13 families, the Black nobility that actually been puppet mastering this whole thing, controlling this whole matrix, operating this whole simulation behind the veil. Remember, the meek shall inherit the earth, and those who really hone into their true primordial self will reap the benefit. Peace, love, and light to everyone.
I hope you ain't.
The Queen is the wealthiest person on earth. Her gold carriage alone is made of 4 tons of solid gold, worth over 300.
So see what it say? I'm gonna go ahead and end it, right? The Coburg Cartha is the original name of the House of Windsor. Moorish Bavarian Germany roots of British royal family. Go.
$70 billion at today's gold prices. The Queen owns more than 300 residences, including castles and palaces, crown jewels, over 27,000 masterpieces, prize racehorses, and a fleet of Bentleys and Rolls Royces. Her colossal wealth also includes crown land and investments that she inherited from her Black nobility ancestors. The Queen.
Did you hear that?
Is the Queen.
Guess who this is? If you reside in Mary's land.
Gotten wealthy off of the indigenous people that have gotten wealthy off of these indigenous people have gotten wealthy off of us because we don't.
So Beyonce is also related to the British royalty. So I'm going to show you how that is.
Everything's fine. It's nothing to worry about.
When things go south, the sheeple will clean out.
Tourism collapse if the monarchy was abolished? No, statistically, Buckingham Palace.
You see what it say? How did the royal family get their nobility? I heard it from Black ancestors.
Doesn't even make the top 20 list of tourist attractions.
Do you know how much the Queen is worth? 17 trillion pounds. That's $30 trillion. She could end world poverty tomorrow.
Besides insider trading and tax-free income, the slave trade and drug trade. Queen Elizabeth I started the British slave trade in 1564. As head of the Church of England, her slave trading of African blacks upset the moral foundations of the church. Queen Elizabeth II is now head of the Church of England. 200 years after the slave trade was abolished, the church was pressured into confessing its horrific crimes and apologizing for profiting from the African slave trade. At first, the Queen and the church only admitted.
So do you see what happened here? If the Queen is still being ran by the black Moorish, black nobility, right? Who allowed the African slave trade down? Make it make sense. If the Queen was still under the black nobility, who allowed the slave trade go?
To owning slaves and plantations, but the public soon discovered that the church.
Now, shout out to Empress Raguba. I was telling her about the East Indian Trading Company. East Indian Company. They say Venetian black nobility created the East Indian Company, taken over by the Rothschilds mob. Come on, family. Did I walk you down? Did I walk you to the point? This was a good one, right? Billionaire Nigerian Boys Club, Bavarian Black Illuminati. Go.
Had given their blessing to something far worse. The church had approved the beating, mutilation, rape, kidnapping, and murder of tens of millions of Africans by declaring that Africans had no soul. This gave the church a divine license to profit from their diabolical crimes. Even more lucrative than Queen Elizabeth's slave trade was Queen Victoria's drug trade. Opium was grown and manufactured in the British-owned opium factories of British India. China banned the importation of opium, but once the British monarch secured a drug trade monopoly, over 17,000 illegal chests of opium worth millions were forced onto the Chinese population. The British waged 3 drug wars on China to force them to pay for the illegally imported opium. China's emperor didn't stand a chance against the British East India Company gunboats and Royal Navy. The British destroyed, plundered, looted, and raped their way along the coast of China until there was nothing left to loot or plunder. On August 29, 1842, the Treaty of Nanking forced the Chinese government to pay £15 million to the British merchants to open up its ports to opium trade and to cede Hong Kong to the British. This was the ugly origin of Hong Kong's 155 years as a stolen British Crown colony.
There are people who believe that they have a God-given right to rule over others. They believe that their outward appearance is superior to all others. They harbor selfish ambitions to be rich and to have power over what they describe as common people. They lie, cheat, steal, strangle, stab, and slash their way to power. They believe that their actual willpower, what the British occultist Aleister Crowley described as the will of Thelema, the royal will, must be obeyed. Literally millions
Walk with me.
of people have been slaughtered at the behest of the royal lust for war, and thousands of people have been assassinated.
The black nobility.
No, is governed by the Illuminati, or the private banking dynasties of 13, the so-called royal families. But the truth of the matter is, their original charter was granted by members of our noble families, who in fact are the Black noble Shriners, that enslaved Europeans prior to Europeans enslaving Black people. The term slave, or Slavic, was a term used to describe Indo-European slaves of the Black nobles. Indo-Europeans were the first Slavs, slaves, ships in 15.
Whitewashing history.
I'm talking about Knights Templar. Moore's got a.
So let's read that, right? Y'all go check out this video. The Black Nobility. Thank Phoenician Princess Europa, aka Queen Europa, for creating the European Empire. Right? So remember, did y'all see that? I told y'all that was the Moorish
one
flag.
who is the most powerful, which the Windsors are connected to, is Guelph of Genoa and
And in the Pacific will tell you that their ancestors came from Mu.
Go check out this vid. This was fire.
The Declaration of Independence.
Whitewashing history.
Who runs the world? They started from wealthy families, oligarchic families of Genoa and Venice in Italy. And in the 12th century, they held the privileged trading rights, which means monopolies. It's a secret shadow hierarchy. The one at the top, what is called the papal bloodlines. The Black Pope is the one controlling the biggest intelligence agency in the world. They belong to the Jesuit order. What is called the Black nobility families are the royal families across the world, mainly in Europe. The one who is the most powerful, which the Windsors are connected to, is Guelph. JFK was from such a family, but apparently he misled the cabal, and that's why, unfortunately, he was assassinated. The Black nobility founded the Club of Rome, the Council on Foreign Relations. They appoint the presidents and the prime ministers worldwide, as well as having immense influence over the finances.
The Moors were black people from Kemet who brought advanced science to Europe and Spain. Astronomy, chemistry, paper, and classical music, and it's many more you can name. They taught Europeans how to properly wash. They was dirty and dying up in the Black Plague. This is not hate. This is just history. It was a big road of Moors.
So you saw that blue and white one. That was the Gotha Corbus, whatever.
Had played. The Moors and the Europeans, they start having sex and then taught them everything, all of our shit. Told them about boats and even America. The Moors is the reason Columbus came over here. Some of the Moors is dirty as hell. I'm not talking about ones that was put in a spell. I'm talking about Knights Templar. Moors got a.
We got the feds on. See, this the one I was telling you about, right? With the four heads. Sometimes they blindfolded. But notice we talking about the dragon, right? This looks like Americanist flags.
Cambridge Ancient History, Volume 2, page 234, 1926 says the ancient Picts of Scotland is said to be the ancestor of the small black race in Scotland.
I shouldn't have done this to you. Just put you in effort.
This is how the few rule the many.
What am I doing? What will I do?
Is the sword.
The third.
Oh shit. Wake up, please.
Okay, dude. No, I'm not okay, dude. You're a freaking alien. Should I put this back on? It seems like it's free.
All right. So at this point, I think you get it, right? Nigerian Billionaire Boys Club. Okay. It's unlimited, billionaires. And they've been billionaires. Like, this ain't something new. They've been this, like, I remember years ago, somebody told me, Nigerians be having billions of dollars. Right? Now, one last peek behind the curtain. They got Freemasonry out there. I wasn't going to let them go. I wasn't going to let them go that quick. Right? Nigerian dude. Freemasonry in Nigeria.
In 69, and all kinds of.
Alright, well, I ain't talking about nothing, but you see it say District Grand Lodge in Nigeria. All kind of shit coming up. Oh, they been scrubbing some shit. Cause I done seen numerous videos about Nigerian Freemasonry. Seem like this the only channel you can get. Nah, but let's see if they buried them all. Australia's African Freemason. Dig that. Got the Masonic fraternity. Well, I can't seem to find it, which is strange, but Nigeria got a big Freemason thing over there too. But it's funny, the only thing you can see is Grand Lodge of Nigeria. Let's see. Yeah, they done buried it. So I might have to give y'all another build on that, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna let y'all go. Check out the Grand Lodge of South Africa. Look how many subscribers they got. Is that a coincidence? Look how many subscribers they got. Right? But yeah. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Share the video. Like and subscribe. Oh, wait. We might have to.
fragments from the periphery of the African spiritual and cultural system became Christianity. And when the Protestant broke away in the 1500s, the Ethiopian church was already 1,000+ years old. Had nothing to do with Protestant Europeanism. When the Catholic Church was founded in the 10th century, the Ethiopian church was already 500 years old. Has nothing to do with that. Though some people try to make it appear that we borrowed it from them in that form. No. If you look at how we look at the arrangements and our referencing the divine and our relationship to divinity and the elemental understanding of how to build human character so that it imitates divinity, you'll get a good sense of what African culture is really about. A lot of us practice the Yoruba culture, some of us the Igbo culture and others, but none of them have any sanctals think over the other. Each of them are groups of African under certain circumstances at a certain time in history trying to work this thing out. The Yoruba have done an extraordinary job. The Igbo did an extraordinary job before they were attacked, defeated by the British. If you look at the Igbo, for instance, who didn't have the kind of the royal kingship that the Yoruba had, the Igbos their power resided in the sacred groves. When the whites figured that out, they just burnt the whole damn forest down in order to destroy the sacred groves of the Igbo people. And so that dismantled and disorganized the people because they had violated the sanctity of what these people believed and thought they knew. With the Yoruba, they tried to capture the king and capture the palace. That's how it went down. But these people were not doing it for any religious reason. They were doing it for basic human greed, envy, and jealousy. When they came into Africa, if you read some of the documents they sent back to Europe, telling them what they had found, cities that was laid out in grids. They drew pictures of some of these cities. If I showed you slides, it'd blow your mind. They talked about the walls that people had built, the beautiful palaces. And then 2 centuries later, they're betraying us, the barbarians hanging from trees. And it gets crazy. And then because we don't know our history, we get to thinking that's the way the deal was. What the African says is that all things are expressions of aspects of the divine essence having your peculiar experience. So when we talk about voodoo, there was no religion called voodoo when we left Africa. That's a new thing. Let's get that straight. And so when we think of this voodoo, you got to be careful to learn how to rephrase and recast the system of worship that we engage in and say, let's just take Haiti. Involves elements lower. Those elements is a reference to the forces of nature and cosmology as interpreted and understood by our ancestors through experiences.
Notice he went straight to voodoo, though.
Some ancestors, some of our great minds' interpretation of a cosmic energy formation that responds to a certain vibration, be it language, music, or some other rhythm form. And so we paint what we perceive to be the representative instrument of that elemental energy vibration. You understand? We have something we call orishas. And they actually, people think that orishas are persons. But orishas are not persons. We use anthropomorphism to symbolize concepts, ideas, and principles. Orishas are concepts, ideas, and principles that represents forces and powers in both nature, in the human, and in the cosmology. To the degree to our ancestors understand how to define them and isolate them and to understand their function and how to have a relationship to them. That is the degree to which we create a theology around and about them.
He ain't saying what is them.
But most people would not even deal with our sacred science as sacred science. And we don't study enough to defend the integrity of our institutions. There's nothing that even borders on our ancestors' sacred science and an understanding of how this world works. No institution, none of them. They're all primitive compared to the depth at which we understood.
All right, that's a good ending point. Okay. Shout out to the Gnostic Shout. All right. Yes, sir. Catch up when you can. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. Shout out to y'all. Going on 2 hours. Yeah, man. Thanks for watching. All praise to the Most High. I'm out.